What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with another video, this time for the vintage collection. And I'm almost through my quarantine. It hasn't been that bad. As you guys probably know, I did come down with COVID earlier this week, but it was fairly mild symptoms, and I really appreciate all of you who reached out to me to make sure that everything's going okay. Obviously, my voice is a little hoarse as a result of that, so please bear with me as we go through some vintage collection items. Thanks as always to my Patreon supporters. You guys allow me to make more and better videos, and you guys get my videos 24 hours early access. Patreon.com/actionfiguregrader is where you can go to sign up. Let's go ahead and dig into some items. I got a really big bunch here to go through, and a lot of graded items sold here recently, which you don't often see for the vintage collection. The first one is an Ultimate Galactic Hunt foil Boba Fett, and this one was listed for $250 plus $10.85 shipping, and that one did sell. This is mouth-watering. I love this card back. It had looks like either a little bit of a scuff on the Empire Strikes Back, or it just could be some sticker residue, but nothing too bad. And also above the warning label up there, there's a little bit of scuffing and kind of discoloration. But man, what an awesome card. I love this foil example of the Boba Fett. Here's the back of the card. You can see a little bit of creasing in the upper right-hand corner as well as in the upper left, but nothing too bad. Probably an overall 85, maybe 80 plus at worst case, but really nice looking example. Again, $250 plus $10.85, took that one home. The other foil example I've got is the Anakin Skywalker on the Revenge of the Sith card back. Again, the Ultimate Galactic Hunt. That one sold for $108 plus $9.95 shipping. And then we've talked at length about the Darth Vader name pill for that same character. And this one was a punched example. Obviously, unpunched can go for quite a bit more money. But this one sold for $139.97 free shipping. It had just a little bit of wear in the upper left-hand corner, as you can see. Very kindly pointed out by the seller. And then here's the back of the card, very clean. Probably an overall, I'd say, probably an 80, 85 or an 80 plus. But about $140, took that one home. Next up, we got 4 more proof cards from the STCC show. I can't remember what year it was now, but they gave these out to people who are attending STCC, and these were vintage collection proof cards. I used to have all these in my collection, but now all I have is the Vader. But they were all unpunched too, and my experience has been it's hard to find the Boba Fett proof card unpunched. The others are fairly easy to find, but that lot sold for $55 plus $4.95 shipping. I thought that price was great for some STCC giveaways. Obviously, the most expensive being the Princess Leia in her slave outfit. That one can go for $100 by itself sometimes. Next up is a punched example U.S. card, Commander Gree. And overall, the card was in pretty great shape, just a little bit of wave to the card. That one sold over in England for 114 pounds, or about $131 and change U.S. dollars. But a nice example of Commander Gree. And then we had an unpunched Phantom Menace Darth Sidious VC79 with the Darth Maul offer sticker. And here's a close-up of that card. It looked to be in pretty gorgeous condition overall. Great card back. I love the way that one looks. And again, it was unpunched. That one sold for 199 Australian dollars, or about 130 US plus shipping. Next up, this was a great deal, I thought, for Neon Numb VC106. And it was unpunched and in pretty impeccable condition, as you can see here. And it was at auction, but nobody bid on it. Only one person bid for $50 plus $7.50 shipping. I mean, we've documented a number of examples that have sold for double that price. So I think that was a great stealthy pickup, whoever got this Neon Numb on the U.S. card back. And it was in pretty good shape overall. $50 plus $7 shipping is a great buy. Next up, we've got that 30th Anniversary Bounty Hunters Vintage Collection 2-pack with Forlom and Zuckuss on those foil cards. It came encased in this box. And that one sold for $125.50 plus $10 shipping. And we've seen as high as about $140, $150. I believe the high I've seen is $180. So $125.50 plus $10 shipping is another good buy for whoever picked that one up. And then speaking of box sets, we've got this Jocasta New Brian Toys exclusive from 2012 that included the proof card as well as the mint on card figure inside this custom case with like a little decorative column that was supposed to, replicate some of the scenes from Attack of the Clones when they were in the library. But that one sold for $240 plus $12.95 shipping. So that one continues to go up in price. I mean, that thing was kind of $150, and then I said, wow, that thing hit $200. Well, this one sold for $240 plus shipping. So That one continues to hold its value. This one was a Lumat VC104. This seller had 3 of them. All 3 of them did sell for $150. And here's the back of the card there. This is another one that's kind of hovering in that 125 to 150 range. So that one sold at the upper end. Next up, the Imperial Assault Tank Commander. We know that this one continues to be fairly popular, and the price really hasn't moved that much. This one sold for $85 plus $5 shipping. And this one actually did have a little bit of creasing on the card there, as you can see there. So a little bit surprising it sold that high, just given the damage to the card. But that's what it sold for. It sold for $85 plus $5 shipping, despite that damage. Next up, this was a pretty good deal. This was all 3 special action figure sets. It included the villain set with Boba Fett, the Sand People, and Snaggletooth, the Hoth Rebels with Han Hoth, the Hoth Rebel Soldier, and FX7, and then the Bespin Alliance 3-pack with the Bespin Guard, Lando, and Luke Bespin. And all 3 of those were unpunched, and they sold in an auction for $142.50 plus $12 shipping. That's a great buy. That's essentially about $50 a 3-pack there, and that's a really good buy, just given that all 3 of these appeared to be in fantastic condition. Next up, we've got an R2-D2. This is the one where he's got the serving tray inside, and this one had the Revenge of the Jedi card art. That one sold over in Europe for $100, 100 euros, excuse me, which is about the same, 100 US dollars, plus 13.99 euros, or about $14 shipping. That one continues to hold its price. It kind of been hovering around $85, but lately I've been seeing them sell more and more regularly for closer to $100. Next up, we've got a mint and sealed box Y-Wing fighter, and the box looks to be in pretty good shape overall, as you can see here. Here's the front of the box. Great shape overall for this Y-Wing fighter. This was a Toys R Us exclusive. That one sold for $295 plus $23.50 shipping, so another big price point for that Y-Wing. And then the other mint and sealed box vehicle was Antok Merrick's X-Wing, but it also included the R2 SHW droid. So that's kind of a nice thing. You get the Antok Merrick inside, the X-Wing, plus the droid that goes inside the X-Wing. So pretty nice little combination pack there. And that one sold for $155 free shipping. That's a great buy, in my opinion, just because the Antok Merrick's Target exclusive X-Wing has been selling very regularly, that I've seen, for $160 to $180. So to get the droid thrown in with that was a pretty good buy. Next up was a huge lot of vintage collection figures, 17 figures all together. And while these are all fairly recent releases, the final sales price of $123.50 plus $20 shipping, so let's call that about $143, $144 for 17 figures. That's less than $10 a mint on card. That's a great buy, and congratulations to the buyer there. That's got a really good deal there. It's got all of the Mandalorian figures, including some of the more recent releases, such as Din Djarin in his trooper disguise, the Death Watch Mandalorian, and a number of other different Mandalorians and Imperial troopers. So great buy there for less than $10 a card back. Next up, we got Migs Mayfield by himself, but this one had the rare green armband instead of the corrected red armband. And these do command a premium among collectors. They're just tough to find. That one sold for 40 pounds, or about 46 US dollars plus shipping. I don't have either one in my collection, but that card back is definitely really nice. And so that's, again, a running change that they made to get it back to the corrected red armband. So anyway, that one did sell for 40 pounds. Next up, I do have a bunch of different graded figures that all sold here recently. I believe they're all AFA graded. This was an AFA 8.5 Princess Leia in her Endor outfit. This was the Walmart exclusive with the 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm on the packaging. $52 plus $10.95 shipping. So let's call that about $63 for an AFA 8.5 grade Princess Leia Walmart exclusive. I mean, that's a fantastic buy, whoever got that one in an auction. Next up, the same seller had an 8.5 grade Mandalorian and Grogu with the Maldo Crease packaging. We documented another one of these that sold for about this price, maybe a little bit lower. This one sold for $129.50 plus $15.95 shipping. And again, it was an 8.5 grade on the modern scale with AFA. Next up, we've got the carbonized Incinerator Trooper, which was the Walmart exclusive. This one was, again, graded 8.5 on the modern scale. That one sold for $71.55 plus $10.95 shipping. So that's a pretty good buy there. I do have a CAS 85 Plus that's available for sale over on Rogue 5 Toys, and I might need to adjust my price. I think mine was listed for $100, and I probably need to get closer to about 90 bucks or less, just based on these sales prices. Next up, I was surprised that this one didn't sell higher. This was the Shore Trooper, the carbonized Shore Trooper that was a Walmart exclusive. But, you know, I would expect this one to go for a little bit more money because this card back and this card art was only available for this Shore Trooper on this card art. So really surprised that, you know, completionists didn't want to pick this one up for more money, but it only sold for 60 bucks plus $10.95 shipping on 21 bids on November 8th. Next up, we had the uncorrected Boba Fett. This was VC 186, but as you can see on the AFA label, it says no chest plate sensors. And so again, they corrected that to add the chest plate sensors on his chest there, on the left-hand side there, a little bit later on. So I would think that this one would be the one that'd be more desirable. And it was graded 9.0 uncirculated grade, and it sold for 95 bucks plus $10 shipping. I thought that was a great buy. That same seller had an uncirculated 9.25 grade Bib Fortuna, VC 224. I've got this one coming back soon from Collector Archive Services. Great card art. It really harkens back to the old Kenner days. That one sold for $120 plus $10.20 shipping. And the same seller also had VC 176 ARC Trooper Echo in an uncirculated 9.25. Again, great card art. And this is one I do have in my collection. That one sold for $120 plus $10.20 shipping as well. So this seller, KE Toys, he does have often, very regularly, he gets in new batches of AFA graded vintage collection figures, and they're fairly reasonably priced. So you might want to look him up on eBay. I bought from him before and been very happy. Next up, we had an AFA 9.0 VC213 Art Trooper Captain. This is the Clone Wars art and Walmart exclusive, again, modern scale. And we documented one recently that sold for $120. This one sold for $140. And it was a 9.0 grade, free shipping, and I think that was another good buy, just given how tough it is to find those super clean and high grade from AFA. And then finally, this is not an AFA, or excuse me, this is not a vintage collection item, but I wanted to show it because it's sold at auction, and it's nothing that you see very often. This is the Saga Collection Death Star Briefing Room, and a pretty cool item, and it was uncirculated 90 grade. So it's got General Tarkin there, Darth Vader, as well as, I can't remember his name, Admiral Mati, I believe his name is, who's choking after Darth Vader puts him in a chokehold, and just a great looking set. And the first time I've ever seen this one graded by AFA. This is graded 90, 90, 95 were the subgrades, uncirculated 90, and the price did not disappoint. $307.49 was the final sales price plus $22.50 shipping. So again, it's not vintage collection, but it is kind of a unique graded modern item that I just thought was worth showing because it really does look cool inside that AFA case. That's all I really had for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon.